for Wednesday, April 9th, 2005 at 6:31 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Troxel, would you please take roll call?
Yes, Madam President. Councilman Tom Schmidt. Here. Councilwoman Robin Arvanitis.
Here.
Councilman Caleb Johnson.
Here.
Councilman Rob Getzloff.
Here.
Councilman Kevin Conley. Note absent. Attorney David Austin.
Present.
Fire Chief Robert Patterson. Deputy Fire Chief David Meyer. Here. Police Chief Pete Sormas. Here. Deputy Police Chief Steve McNamara. Here. Park Superintendent John Novosich. Here. IT AJ Garcia. Here. Nice Engineering Neil Simstad. Here. Public Works Director Chad Nondorf.
Here.
Director of Operations Andy Hansen.
Here.
Town Manager Jim Gorman.
Here.
Recording Secretary Robin Teal. Clerk Treasurer Michael Troxel here.
Thank you. The Waterworks Board consists of 3 members, myself, Robin Arvanitis, Tom Schmidt, and Kevin Conley, who, as noted, is not here today. First on the agenda are the minutes of the March 12th, 2025 public meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion, and I will second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Next on the agenda, we have claims. Mr. Troxler, are there any additional claims?
No additional claims, Madam President.
Motion to approve claims.
A motion, and I will second. Claims pass 2-0. Next on the agenda, we have reports. Are there any reports from the staff regarding the Waterworks Board?
No reports.
Council members, any reports regarding Waterworks? Moving on to old business. There is no old business. There is no new business regarding Waterworks. Is there any business from the floor regarding the Waterworks Board meeting? Any business from the floor? Seeing and hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
I'd like to call to order the Stormwater Board meeting for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. It is 6:33 p.m. The roll call for the Stormwater Board is myself, Caleb Johnson, Tom Schmidt, and Robin Arvanitis. The first agenda item is minutes of the March 12th, 2025 public meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that's approved. Are there any claims, Mr. Clerk Treasurer, for the Stormwater Board?
No claims, Mr. President.
I will move on to reports. Any reports from staff with regard to the Stormwater Board?
No reports.
Any reports from council members?
Mr. President, I do have one question for Mr. Nondorf from Public Works. Was Schererville damaged with any of the storms as far as stormwater and stuff?
The latest rain events, the system held up real well. The changes we made the last 5 to 10 years worked out real good. No issues at all.
Thank you.
Thank you. There is no old business. There is no new business. Is there any business from the floor with regard to the Stormwater Board? Any business from the floor? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned.
Good evening. I'd like to call the Redevelopment Commission meeting for Wednesday, April 9th at approximately 6:35. The roll call consists of all the council people, so Mr. Johnson, Ms. Arvanitis, Mr. Getzloff, and myself are all on a roll call. The first item on the agenda is the minutes from the March 12th public meeting.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Next is claims. Mr. Troxel, any additional claims?
No additional claims, Mr. President.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Reports. Staff reports on redevelopment.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I can handle that.
Okay.
Yeah, this is basically a report in reference to the redevelopment commission, economic development areas that we have in our town. we're required by Indiana code to report an annual activity in reference to our redevelopment commission. So I've sent you all the information regarding revenues and expenses regarding all of the allocation areas we have for redevelopment and what the balances are for 2024. This report has been uploaded to Gateway, which is a state of Indiana portal regarding all of the information there, so anyone is able to go look at that report and see what our expenses were and so forth. That was submitted last week. The due date was April 15th, but we met the deadline and everything's been submitted properly.
Thank you, Mr. Troxel. I do want to note one item, that our representative from the school board that for the redevelopment is in the audience, Nicole Kelly, welcome. So please add her to the attendance for the roll call. Any other comments from staff on redevelopment?
No reports.
Any comments from council members on redevelopment?
No.
No comments. We have no old business, we have no new business. Is there any business from the floor regarding redevelopment? Any business from the floor regarding redevelopment? No business from the floor. This meeting's adjourned. We'll move right into the utility board meeting. I'd like to call the utility board meeting for Wednesday, April 9th at approximately 6:38 PM. The roll call for the utility stays the same as the redevelopment, where all the council members are members. And the first item is the minutes of the March 12th public meeting.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0 on the minutes. Next item's claims. Any additional claims, Mr. Troxel, for utility board?
No additional claims, Mr. President.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Reports. Staff, any reports on utilities? Mr. Gorman?
Yeah, I just did want to report on the project going down at the wastewater treatment plant, the replacement of the biosolids building. That building is about 40% complete. Once that building is fully completed, that north side, north side, we will transfer all the sludge to that one side and then start demolition on phase 2 of that building. And then they'll start erecting that side. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gorman. Any other reports on utilities?
Nope.
Any reports, council members, on utilities?
Nope.
No.
No reports. We have no old business, we have no new business. Is there any business from the floor regarding utilities? Any business from the floor regarding utilities? No business from the floor. This means adjourned. We'll move right into the town council meeting.
I'd like to call the town council meeting to order at 6:39 for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. The roll call, will accept the roll call from the utility board. At this time, I'll ask the board for the approval of the minutes of March 12th, 2025 public meeting.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Any additional claims, Mr. Troxel?
No additional claims, Mr. President.
Pleasure of the board.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. At this time, Jim, I'll let you go around and see if there's any reports from staff members.
Yes, sir, Mr. President. Fire Chief Patterson, any reports today?
Yes, I'd just like to report for the month of March, the fire department responded to 298 EMS-related calls, 72 fire-related calls, for a total of 370 calls for the month of March. That's all I got.
Thank you, Chief. Deputy Chief Meyer.
No report, sir.
Police Chief Stormass.
Yeah, thank you. Just one announcement. Next month, the Schererville Police Department and the Schererville FOP is partnering with Dunkin' Donuts to have our annual Cop on a Rooftop event. That'll be May 16th from 5 a.m. to noon on that Friday. And Cop on a Rooftop is basically the officers are on the rooftops of Dunkin' Donuts and soliciting donations for the Special Olympics of Indiana. We do this every year at that location that is just north of 30 on US 41, but this year we'll have an added location, which is at 275 East US Highway 30. It's a new Dunkin' Donuts that opened up. So the Schererville officers and the FOP will be at both locations supporting the Special Olympics. So if you have time that day, please stop by, have a treat, and donate and for a special cause. So appreciate everybody's support on that.
Thank you, Chief. Are you going to have the dancing donut at both locations?
We're going to try.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Deputy Chief McNamara.
No reports.
Park Superintendent John Novosich.
No report.
Neil Simstad.
No reports.
Chad Nondorf.
Nothing to report.
Andy Hansen.
I actually do have a report.
All right.
So approximately every 2 years, we call it a vehicle lease, even though we're purchasing the vehicles and equipment. One of the vehicle equipment leases is falling off this year, so we're looking at acquiring some additional items. So I summarized it here. So the police department and animal control, it would be new squad cars, including the equipment and everything that goes into it, including the lights, sirens, all of that kind of items. In addition, for the police department, there'd be a TASER agreement for a 5-year agreement with that. That includes all of their training tasers and all of the different cartridges they use for that. In addition, they'd also, for the in-car cameras, we were going to replace those. The current system we have is outdated, and we're looking at replacing 40 of these units. It's basically the entire patrol division. While we were looking for this, it became evident that it made sense to do body cameras as well. So this would include body cameras and in-car cameras. And then animal control, both of their vehicles are rotted out, so those need to be replaced. We're actually utilizing some existing vehicles, switching things around. So that's just basically some decaling and lights on those. So for the police department and animal control, it's $1.3 million. And again, I'm rounding, you can see on the screen. Then for the fire department, they have some gear that they're in need of. After so many years, the gear goes out of date. So this would be replacing some of that gear. I think it's 20 items, 20 full sets of gear. Correct, thank you. For Public Works, it's replacing a backhoe, a sewer camera that's 26 years old, a asphalt roller that's from 1976, and 3 pickup trucks. They're all replacements. Then for wastewater, it's slightly different. Wastewater, it's actually 3 different projects within the wastewater treatment plant. We've been working on getting those going over the last few years, and this would be our portion since St. John is obligated to pay 30%. Our portion would be $700,000. These are rough numbers. Again, they're estimates. I think they're high, so I think this would be the highest amount that it would be. So we're just looking for some approval to move forward on looking at financing for this. Usually it's a 4-year lease. Again, it's not a lease, it's a purchase, but doing the financing over 4 years. Does anybody have any questions?
So do you need anything from the council tonight?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
We need a motion?
yes, please.
Pleasure of the board. I hear a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchases to the extent that we're going to pursue all the financing and make sure that our pricing is correct and that these are all needs that need to be purchased.
We have a motion.
Second, Mr. President, I want to make a comment on that. I'm really glad that you, for the safety purposes of our police department, that we're looking into the body cameras and cameras for all the vehicles. I think that's a plus. I know a lot of the departments around the county have gone to that, and I think this is another key thing for our safety of our officers. So,
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Town Council.
Any reports from council members?
Hold on, Rob, I don't have reports, but Pat Reardon would like to report on Ileana tonight.
Sure.
Pat, thank you.
Thank you and good evening. Briefly, I'm pleased to say that the project is on schedule and is within budget. The project team is actively developing 3 unique conceptual alternatives focusing on circulation, connectivity, and engineering aspects to maximize potential, as well as development of potential park features and amenity options. We in the project team are collaborating closely with town officials, town leaderships as concepts evolve. An example of that is, as you may know, we typically meet with or speak with town administrative staff. We've added another meeting to that as the project moves forward, as well as another meeting with American Structure Point monthly. Lastly, we're working to establish some potential meeting dates to present the deliverables over the course of the next several weeks. That's our report. Any questions?
Have parks been involved in those
Yes.
concepts and the
Yes, they are.
discussions? Okay.
Thank you.
Very good,
Thank you,
Pat.
Pat.
Thank you.
Okay, council members, any reports? No? Okay, then, public comments regarding the agenda tonight? Any public comments regarding the agenda tonight? When you come up, just state your name and address, and there's a 3-minute limit.
Kevin Dean, 1905 Sir Richard Road. Old business, you have this resolution 2025-3 from last month. Something to the effect of sending a resolution down to Indianapolis regarding loss of tax revenue. I talked to Mr. Schmidt at the McDonald's the following day, I believe it was March 13th, regarding this resolution because it says there's only, it was vague about the amount of money, equitable compensation replacement. Mr. Schmidt told me it's possibly as much as $3.5 million. I asked him, is there any way that the town of Schererville can cut expenses? And in the process, I went looking and I found Gateway, and I did some research on Gateway, and it seems that the town of Schererville has actually had their tax base, their taxing level, the percentage of the taxing going down, but the revenue from the taxes has gone up quite substantially because the property values have gone up that much. I'm going to have ask to meet with Mr. Troxel to try and get more information because it's very vanilla on Gateway from what I was able to access. I must be doing something wrong. But as a taxpayer, if somebody wants to cut my taxes, I'm very much for it. And as a taxpayer, when my taxes go up or my expenses go up, I have to tighten the belt and cut some of my expenses. And if Schererville is looking at $3.5 million loss, perhaps it's time for us to start looking at tightening our belts. Mr. Gorman gave a report about the wastewater plant. The parks gentleman back here was asked about the roadway, and yet I've been sitting here and I heard maybe a year ago that the town of Schererville is spending $93,000, if I'm not mistaken, on the raceway place. There's always reports regarding the Kennedy Bridge expansion. It seems to me that the town of Schererville has adequate people working for them to have handled what was going on with the Ileana Speedway without having to spend $93,000. That's just one of the examples of the belt tightening that I think that the town of Schererville needs to start looking at. Thank you.
Anyone else? Comments on tonight's agenda? Please state your name and your address.
My name is Colin Zagovic. I live at 605 213th in Dyer, Indiana, but I'm also the secretary for the Schererville Firefighters Union, Local 4279. I'm here to speak today in regard to Resolution 2025-03, the resolution to oppose Senate Bill 1 that would cut property taxes, that will in turn cut municipal operation budgets. Come here today to ask you not to vote along party lines, but to speak for your constituents, your employees, and those that serve you in the town of Schererville. Since COVID, year after year, our calls for service have continuously increased for both fire and police. We answer the call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without fail. We are constantly training, improving our skills, and investing in ourselves so we can better serve our citizens of Schererville and all who come through this town. Yet we continue to do more with less. Our personnel to call volume places us well below national recommended averages and guidelines. Additionally, we are experiencing a significant increase in calls to assisting neighborhood towns. That includes Dyer, St. John, Munster, Highland, Griffith, basically anyone that calls us for mutual aid. This reduces the town's available resources and increases our costs to our citizens, not just monetarily, but also safety-wise. This problem is not just unique to Schererville, but to all Northwest Indiana. Many towns have recruitment and retention problems, especially because Illinois has changed their residency requirements and also offer higher pay and benefits as well. A cut in funding of any kind would significantly impact our ability to continue providing quality services to the residents of this town. We ask you to continue your investment in public safety, not by supporting a change in the state law that would cut funds for municipal operations. The robust commercial and residential population of Schererville makes it one of the best towns to live and serve in. We, the Schererville Firefighter Union, are working diligently to continually improve the quality service provided to the Schererville Fire Department. After many years of revolving door of personnel, we finally have a solid core of young firefighters, and we truly do, who want to build SFD into one of the top departments in this area. We need your help to continue this path, and cuts in fundings are not the answer. We ask you to vote to oppose this bill and to send a resolution down to state. On paper, it sounds great because, like the gentleman said, who doesn't love a cut in their taxes? But in all reality, it's going to cost the residents of Schererville valuable resources. No matter how you vote, we will always answer the call when someone calls 911, but stand with us supporting public safety. Stand with us supporting the citizens of your town. Be a champion for all of us, because as we take an oath to never fail you or anyone in this town that calls upon us, we ask you not to fail us. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else on tonight's agenda? Seeing and hearing no one, we'll close the floor. Under old business, Resolution 2025-3 is a resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Schererville, Lake County, Indiana, opposing significant cuts to the municipal property tax revenues without an equal comprehensive replacement mechanism deferred from March 12th, 2025 meeting. Jim? Excuse me.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this relates to the proposed property tax reduction proposed by the state. Reducing property taxes would reduce our revenue, which could lead to cuts across municipal operations. So we are looking to, for your approval tonight for this resolution, send down state.
Okay, thank you. Pleasure of the board.
Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, Resolution 2025-3, just like the gentleman from the fire department just stated, it'd be devastating with the actions that come from downstate with the Senate Bill 1 that would cut that much money out of the municipalities. And what that would do is that would force the municipalities to raise their own taxes and stuff. So it's not an answer by no means to say that they're going to lower your property taxes. Actually, like you said, it would go up. So I would definitely move to approve Resolution 25-3 to send down to the state, our state legislations downstate.
We have a motion,
I have a second. Second.
and we have a second. Any other discussion?
Yes, Mr. President, please.
Okay.
I don't disagree that I do not want to cut funding to our public safety. I don't disagree that we want to make sure there's an equitable way of continuing to fund our town and our essential services. But I think this resolution misses the point and misstates what I want and I would like to see from our legislature. I don't believe that transferring the ability to control our budgets and raise our own revenues here locally is a bad thing. So when the state says, we're going to take some of the burden off of the residents and allow the town to raise their own funds if needed, or cut their budgets and spend some time reviewing where there's waste and maybe make some tightening of the belt, so to speak, that's been talked about. I don't think that's a bad thing. It forces us to really look at our budget and what is actually needed. And then what is needed, we replace that funding with our own local funding through a public hearing process so that we can raise those funds. That's what's currently being proposed by the legislature. It's not a bad thing because now we have a direct say here as residents to be able to say, yes, we need these things. Let's raise those funds. That's not bad. So that's my statement. Thank you.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Motion
Nay.
carries. Pardon?
I said aye, nay. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say there.
That's all right. Motion carries 3-1. Under new business ordinance 2022 is an ordinance establishing a designated outdoor refreshment area, DORA, in the downtown district in the town of Schererville, Lake County. Indiana repealing all other ordinances and town code sections or parts therefore in conflict herewithin, and all matters related hereto. Jim?
I'm going to defer this to Mr. Hanson.
Yes, this is the establishment of a designated outdoor refreshment area, also known as a DORA, within the downtown district. It's shown on the screen here, so everything outlined in red. It's basically in front of the Town Hall and Police Department and part of the property to the west of us, 22 West Joliet Street. This allows permittees, which would be restaurants and businesses that sell alcohol for on-premise consumption, and temporary permittees located within the DORA to serve alcohol to anyone over 21 years of age and leave their premise with open containers as permitted by Indiana code. This is mostly being created for a new event the Parks Department it came up with. It would be called Pensy Pints and Performers, which will be taking place August 15th and 16th. So we would have vendors here. There'd be food vendors and different beverage vendors, and we'd have live music. We would close the road down, and you'd be able to have alcohol within this designated area. There will be signage. We would follow the Indiana code, and that's all listed within this ordinance.
Okay, thank you. Pleasure of the board.
I have a couple questions maybe before we do this.
Okay.
Andy, we're proposing to do this for 4 weekends, and that's because that's what the state wants us to do as opposed to a single weekend event.
Correct. After talking with the ATC, they don't like to do just certain days. They've done this throughout the whole state, and the lady I talked to there, she was very helpful. She kind of helped cater this to what we were looking to do. Every town is different, so they kind of give a little leniency to how each town wants to handle it. In our case, we're trying to cater it for this event, so we just did it the entire month of August, Fridays and Saturdays, to start. Obviously, we're not going to try to sell that, I guess, would be the way of saying that, but it'll be for this particular event. The ATC, they've done this with other towns, and it seems like most of the other towns are doing it from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and the state did this to spur economic development in areas. This is our trial of it, we'll put it that way, and by doing it by the weekends in August, we're able to do this. If we do this event again next year, we won't have to pass another ordinance. It will still be in effect.
Okay. And I guess the next question goes to Chief or Deputy Chief. We're ready to be able to handle an event like this without a designated beer garden. We can handle the traffic and making sure people understand where they're going, what they're doing, how to how to handle a DORA.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been meeting with the town staff here, and we've evaluated the situation. The footprint's a lot smaller than the Schererville Fest, and we're definitely prepared to handle such an event.
Awesome. And then the last question I have, and this goes back, I guess, to the ordinance itself. It shows that we have 2 designated vendors is all, just Greg's Place and Schererville Lounge.
Correct.
Is that then the limit? We are not allowed to have any other alcohol vendors in this DORA?
So for this year, this is all we were thinking about doing. We could always amend the ordinance to add additional. We wanted to start off small because originally when the Parks Department brought this idea up to us, they had it going all the way down to Austin Avenue. So again, we wanted to try it out, see how it's going to work, and start small, and we can always build from there.
Okay.
If that had to happen, we would have to amend the ordinance, obviously.
And that's what you guys wanted at Parks, was just these 2 vendors as the DORA vendors?
Correct. Like Andy stated, being the first year, we wanted to get the local business community involved, and obviously Greg's Place and Schererville Lounge would be the 2 choices there. To bring an outside vendor in at this point, we're not sure what type of volume there's going to be, what type of attendance. So if the event is an annual event, then we could look at, maybe adding some different type of craft beer vendors from outside the town.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr.
So Andy, basically, the ordinance is a mechanism that the state makes us do to basically have a street festival.
Not to necessarily have a street festival, to have alcohol within the district that we're establishing.
Without a fenced beer garden?
Correct. So there's signage at each location. So I think there's roughly 10 or 11 signs that would need to go up. They'd be permanent for the entire month of August.
And that's why we had to designate the area?
Yep, and this has to go downstate. They have to approve it. And then we have to approve the vendors, and then the state also has to approve them.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry, I have a question. Is there a checkpoint or like barricades? How will people know where the DORA ends?
The signage.
Signage?
Yep.
But I'm just asking, Chief, would there be officers there as well?
Well, yeah, we would definitely police the area, and the way the layout of with the footprint right there, we have a lot of natural barricades. Like you have the buildings, the town building, you have the roadway there, so it's easy to contain the crowds within the roadway. It's a natural path of walking for it's even in a business there, so everybody's going to gravitate towards where the events are. So it's easy to monitor.
And the roads are going to be closed down
Yes.
anyways
Yes.
with a stage and with
That's- yeah.
stuff, so it's
Yeah.
going to kind of funnel people.
Yeah, I think anybody that's attending those events will consume their beverages or meals right there and then leave. Yeah, so I don't think it'll be any, there's nothing, other than that event there won't be anything going around in the outer perimeters of that. So it'll be focused inside of that red line.
And if I could, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, is there a situation where they have a specific, when I was at one, they had a specific cup that everybody had to carry that
Correct.
said DORA on it, so everybody
Correct.
knows?
Yep,
I didn't
we'll
know if
have
the
those.
audience knew that, so it's not a bottles or anything walking
No.
around, it's a DORA cup that's very specific
Yep.
to the event.
All drinks are in the Dora cup,
Dora cup.
clear Dora cup with our town logo on it.
On it.
And then this image up on the screen is on every sign.
Yeah, and the placement of the perimeters, we have adequate parking on the police side, the town hall side, everything going east and west alongside of Joliet Road. So I think there's adequate parking to accommodate everybody without any serious traffic problems. Egress and ingress routes, it's all there.
And just in addition, we did work with the police department. We did change this slightly to what we originally had. It kind of made it a more physical barriers like the buildings to limit the access that's available here. So I think that helps tremendously with what we're trying to do here. And then I think this is a good layout and it's a good first trial for this. The state did look through the ordinance and they were happy with it, and Mr. Austin also did as well. We can have up to 7 of these in town. I don't foresee that ever happening, but that's what the state maximum allows.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Yes, Mr. Schmidt.
And Andy, so you would use Risch Drive to get into the town hall parking lot?
Correct.
Because naturally, Mary Drive is going to be closed and, okay. Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Schmidt.
with all the information that we just heard and everything, I would move to approve ordinance 2022.
We have a
I'll
motion.
second.
We have a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2022?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Resolution 2025-4 is a resolution to transfer funds within a category of appropriations. Mr. Troxel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. This transfer comes to you after speaking with department head, in this case on the fire side, Chief Patterson, and my department regarding moving these funds over. Recently, there was a merit board that was formed, and this addresses the expenses related to the merit board in their budget.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve resolution 2025-4?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
Consider approval to purchase property located at 2020 Kennedy Avenue, Schererville, Indiana, from Robert Christopher Foster, Revocable Living Trust, in the amount of $32,100, the right-of-way and temporary easement, and to authorize the town manager, director of operations, clerk treasurer, and town attorney to finalize execution of the documents, Phase 3, Parcel 5, Kennedy Avenue Improvement Project. Jim?
I'll defer that to Mr. Hanson.
All right, Mr. Hanson.
So this is for Kennedy Avenue, Phase 3, Parcel 5. This will be the first parcel we're purchasing in Phase 3. Phase 3 consists of from roughly Oak Street north to Main Street. This is just for some temporary right-of-way and some permanent right-of-way in the amount of $32,100, which was the appraised value.
Is it the purple property?
It is.
Okay.
Sorry, I can zoom in some more
Sorry.
too. Purple area here.
It's just north of Dean's Landscaping there?
Correct.
Pleasure of the board.
Move to
Motion
approve.
Second?
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Consider approval of contract with Burke Constanza and Cradberry for Fire Department Merit Board Services. Jim?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this is a contract with Burke Costanza and Carberry for the newly formed merit board. So they'll do all their legal work and attend the meetings.
Okay. Pleasure of the board.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr.
And,
Schmidt?
yeah, I'd like to note that they also represent our safety board, so it goes kind of hand in hand with our fire department's merit board. So I'd move to approve the contract.
Okay, we have a
Second.
motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Award bid for Community Crossing Grant 2025-1. Jim?
I'm going to defer this to our engineer, Mr. Simstead.
All right.
Mr. President, we have the 2025-1 CCMG NDOT Grant Award for the 2026 street resurfacing projects. We had 2 bidders that were received. We have a recommendation for Milestone Contractors in the amount of $1,912,198.90. Are there any questions?
Any question?
Yes. Which roads are these for?
Mr. Nondorf, I will defer to our esteemed Public Works Director.
So there's 27 road segments in the 2025-1 CCMG that consist of roads in the Novosello subdivision, in the Camden Woods subdivision, in the Fawn Valley subdivision, Klein Avenue, Burr Street, south of Route 30, a north section and a south section, all the way down to 91st Avenue. We're going to finish off the remaining streets that need to be done in the Eagle Ridge subdivision. And a section of Joliet Street from approximately Austin Avenue to the Klein Avenue Fire Station at Klein, and Hickory Place, short little road. So 27 total streets for 1.9 million.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead, Mr. Schmidt.
Mr. Nandorf, how does that relate to the awarded amount on the CCMG? I mean, are we using the 1.5 million that's?
Yeah, we're gonna do a part two. There's a little bit under 1.1 million left to finish off that $3 million total for that specific year.
Okay,
So there'll be a part two to come soon.
okay, thank you.
We're currently in the process of evaluating those streets and getting a list together.
Very good. Thank you. Pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve?
We have a
Second.
motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Attorney Austin, do I need to say a motion to approve per the recommendation of our engineer?
You can if you want, but the record's been made that the engineer is the basis for your action.
We'll leave it as is. Thank you.
Consider acceptance of amendment to interlocal community service agreement between St. John Township, Lake County, Indiana, and the town of Schererville, Lake County, Indiana. Jim?
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, this is, the old agreement would allow the police officer, if somebody was stranded, to purchase fuel for them through this gift card program from Kathy LaRue's office. She may want to say a few words too, but the amendment to the agreement will allow them to not only buy fuel, but also food and non-alcoholic drinks. So, not everybody struggling has a car, so they may need food rather than fuel, or both, or all three. Kathy?
Hi, Kathy.
Hi. Yeah, so thank you, Jim. Yeah, what happened was I recently, after we passed this and, they had the fuel gift cards, I had found out that when officers would pick up somebody who didn't need fuel but needed food, they would pay for it out of their own pocket. And once I discovered that, I wanted to get this amended so they could use it for both purposes. And I spoke with Chief Sormaz about it too, and I think it's a good thing moving forward.
Great.
Very good. Nice to see you again, Kathy.
Thank you, thank you.
They're paying for it out of their own pockets because they're the best police officers around.
There you
They
go.
are, you know
There you
what,
go,
they're great.
Councilman.
They are great.
Mr. President, I move to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up.
Proclamation on May 4th through May 10th of 2025 as Professional Municipality Clerks Week in the town of Schererville. Councilwoman Robin, would you be so kind?
Yes. I'd like to read the proclamation. The 56th Annual Professional Municipal Clerks Week is May 4th to May 10th, 2025. Whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk, a time-honored and vital part of local government, exists throughout the world. And whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants. And whereas the office of the professional municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and the agencies of government at other levels. And whereas professional municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all. Whereas the professional municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community. Whereas professional municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the professional municipal clerk throughout participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, provincial, county, and international professional organizations. Whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments of the office of the professional municipal clerk. Now therefore, I, Robin Arvanitis, reading as Town Council Vice President of Schererville, Indiana, and Rob Getzloff, Town Council President of Schererville, Indiana, do recognize the week of May 4th through May 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our professional municipal clerk, Michael A. Troxel, and to all professional municipal clerks for the vital service that they perform and the exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. Dated this day, 9th day of April 2025. Thank you, Mr. Troxel.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0. Consider acceptance of donations of $4,329.69. Mr. Troxel.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. These donations were accepted through the month of March to the town hall offices. Valley Fire sports bag filled with candy bars, oven mitts, and stress ball. This value to the town hall was in kind $35. Animal control donations, Jerry Samosiak, dog accessory, in kind $20. Gabby Hart, cat treats and canned food, in kind donation $25. And anonymously received some toys for the animals. In kind was $200. Total in kind contributions for animal control, $245. The Animal Control Willow Fund, Pam Longhe donated $60, and Stephanie Bottinger donated $65. Total cash donation to the Willow Fund was $125. To the Police Department, Crossroads Animal Hospital, K9 Dado Exam and Shots, they donated those services in a value of $82.75. And we also received anonymously 6 frozen pizzas from 7-Eleven to the Police Department. In-kind value is $41.94. Total value of in-kind to the Police Department this month, or last month, was $124.69. To the Fire Department, Amazon Maryville, 14 totes partially filled with miscellaneous drinks and cleaning items. That in-kind value was $900. Myra and Gus MasterCard gift card in thanks for life-saving efforts 10 years ago. In-kind donation, $100. So in-kind donations to the Fire Department for the month of March was $1,000. The Park Department received from Computer Bay, they sponsored August 15th and 16th, was $400. Amy DeLong sponsored August 15th and 16th, $150. The Indiana Town Planner, Pensy Pints, August 15th and 16th, received donations of $250. Dyer Construction Company Incorporated donated to the Pensy Pints for August 15th and 16th, $1,000. Milestone Contractors, LP, Pensy Pints, August 15th and 16th, donated $1,000. Nice Engineering also donated to the Pensy Pints and Performers, $1,000. Total park donations for the Pensy Pints and Performers was $3,800. Total in-kind donations for the month were $404.69. Total monetary donations, $3,925, with the total grand donations received, $4,329.69. We thank you all for those donations, and anyone else who wants to donate to our Pensy Pints and Performers, you're welcome to donate also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Pleasure
Motion
of
to
the board.
approve?
Second.
Move to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0. At this time, I will take any business from the floor. Any business from the floor?
Jeff Menard, 1279 Poppy Field. I just want to say, Novo Sale, I'm glad to hear that's on the list, because in my campaigning, I walked every street in Schererville, and that was definitely a noticeable neighborhood that needed it, so thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else from the floor? Any comments from the floor? Please state your name and address.
Georgianne Glavis, 1727 Chelsea Street. I'm here on behalf of Logan's Love. We just had our Easter egg hunt this weekend, and I just wanted to thank the town of Schererville, John helping with the Parks Department, the fire and police there. They were there putting eggs together. They were there present, and then we actually needed them because there was a little injury. And I need to thank Jimmy because he saved the day with the tornado siren. So if you're wondering why your tornado siren was an hour late, because we had the event. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the floor? Any comments from the floor? Any comments from the floor? Hearing or seeing none, this meeting is officially adjourned. Thank you.